Happy Monday! Welcome to the vlog number 3. If you have never seen me before, my name is Piper. I'm currently a senior 2 nursing student. I'm actually on my way to school right now to take a test. I also have two job interviews this week. So I am at my school now. It's Monday. It's about 8:15 in the morning. My class starts at 9 o'clock, but I'm going to sit in the parking lot and study for a little bit. I didn't even like coffee until I got to college and started drinking it with like a lot of milk, and then I slowly tapered down the amount of milk in the coffee, and now I can drink coffee almost black. I am going to start studying, and I will see you after class. So I'm on my way to my car. It is about 10 in the morning. Our PowerPoint system was down, so I'm leaving class. I know I will get nothing out of this class if I stay. So I have to meet another teacher at 3 o'clock to get a letter of recommendation from him before Thursday for my job interviews. I'm gonna go home, get something done, come back. Better than staying here for 6 hours. So let me better explain. I took my test this morning. I think it went pretty well. My teacher informed us that the PowerPoint projector is down and will be down for the entire class. She tends to be very scattered when she lectures, so I decided that I am going to go home because I have to come back to see another professor to get a letter of recommendation for my interviews on Thursday. I have to be back at 3 o'clock. She has a hard time staying on the slide she's on in the first place, so trying to map out where she is in the lecture would be very confusing. My options were to stay and listen to her talk for 2 hours and then stay an additional 3 hours to wait to meet the other professor. Or my other option, which is the option I chose, was to leave early, go home, get a bunch of stuff done, and come back around 3 o'clock, which I think will suit me a lot better. I can get a lot more done. Not that I don't think her lectures are helpful. I think it's helpful, but I don't think it's helpful enough for me to stay and sacrifice my time when I need to be doing other things because I have a lot of due dates coming up. So that's where I'm at right now. I am headed home to hang out for about 3 to 4 hours. For about 4 hours. I can sit at home and do homework. And then I will be coming back on campus. I never usually leave class early. This class, she has made us well aware that attendance doesn't count for anything. She kind of expects us to leave, or expects at least some of us to leave. A lot of people left today just because the projector is down. I go to every class, pretty much every semester. There's a very rare amount of times that I have not gone to class at all. I usually only leave class early about once every semester. So this is very rare for me. I have not missed a class at all this semester, and I feel like these 2 hours could really help me get some stuff done, because I know if I waited until 12 and went home, I wouldn't get home until 12:30, 12:45, and I'd have to leave again at around 2:15 to get back out here. So I'd only have about an hour and a half at home. If I stayed on campus, I'd have to waste 3 hours on campus, which I could do. I just don't really feel like doing it. So it is about 2:05 right now. Can you hear that dog barking? That is not my dog. I'm actually pet sitting for someone this weekend, so I'm about to let their dogs out before I go back to campus. I
spent the last 3 hours or so editing videos, and I was trying to figure out how to do certain things, and I've learned a whole lot more in the last like hour or two, so I'm very grateful. But for the last 3 hours I've been trying to edit videos, and we went out and had lunch. I had chicken fingers and a salad. It was really, really good. Hello, hello. It is Tuesday. Yesterday I went and saw my professor and got my letter of recommendation. Another teacher is supposed to be writing one for me and dropping it off with one of the people at the front office today. I might call and check on that today because I went yesterday and asked and they said they hadn't gotten it yet. I might go check on that today, or I might do it tomorrow because my interview isn't until Thursday. Today Austin is off and I'm off. If you can't tell, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. All we've done this morning so far is Austin got to play his new Call of Duty game, which he's been wanting to play, and I've been wanting to watch him play. I love those games too. It's kind of like an action movie for me. I watched him play that this morning, and then we ate breakfast and came out here, and we've been trying to switch over some speakers in his car, and we went and checked on the dogs that we're pet sitting for this week, and that's about it. Austin's mom is actually leaving tonight. Go away, Bee. Woo, woo. Did you see that? Austin's mom is actually leaving tonight for work. We will be on our own with his dad for the next day or so. That's it for now. So I'll be seeing you later today. Why is that so high up?
What?
The box.
What are you talking about?
Like it looks like it's lifted.
It is right now.
Is it supposed to be like that?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean exactly.
Like the bottom of it is off that panel.
It's off what? Oh, well, yeah, it's because it's rounded.
Oh, okay.
Because it's ported, it's got smooth walls on the inside.
Okay. I was confused. You cut it on a saw?
Yeah, sawzall.
Oh, you were walking past it?
Yep. Not paying attention. That saw right there. That one, it's in a bad spot.
That is a bad spot. Yeah, tell him he was the loudest person in the room. Good morning, good morning. Wow, my hair is crazy. Woo. Happy Wednesday. I am leaving right now, actually, to go to my school real quick and pick up a letter of recommendation from one of my professors. And also, I have to go to the store because we ran out of milk and ran out of creamer. And I have not had any cereal or coffee because of that. I'm on my way out right now. Yesterday, we pretty much hung out for most of the day, worked on a couple of Austin's cars. He wanted to switch out some subwoofer boxes that he has because he's kind of weaning himself off. He doesn't really care about it anymore. So he was switching out some of those and trying to figure out why the battery on one of them keeps dying, and he thought that it was maybe something like drawing too much power from it, but it actually turned out that it seems like it's probably just a bad battery. We finished pet sitting and the family came back. I called and they told me that my letter of recommendation should be at the school. It was there yesterday, so it'll be there today. So I'm going to pick that up now since I have interviews tomorrow. The hospital that I accepted a job at actually announced this morning that they're building a micro hospital a little further out from the other two hospitals that they already have. I'm excited about that. That's pretty cool. So I just went through Starbucks, got me a skinny peppermint mocha, which I am super excited about. I love this is my favorite drink of the entire year. Skinny peppermint mocha. I even like I wait for this season to come out so I can buy peppermint coffee. It's fantastic. We have a friend of the family. She's in middle school right now, and she had a volleyball game last night. So we all went to her school to watch her play volleyball, and they actually ended up winning. So that was a great game to watch. And they were actually like really good. I used to play volleyball, and so I love watching it. I would love to be a coach. If I was a teacher, I would definitely be a coach. But I didn't choose that route in life. I chose to be a nurse, so it is what it is. But they ended up winning. They played to 20 two times and then played to 15 once. And they lost the first round of going up to 20, and then they won the second one, and then they won the game that was to 15. After they won that game, then we went to dinner at Austin's dad's favorite restaurant. I was kind of bad. I had a cheeseburger, but it was really good. They have great cheeseburgers, like really good cheeseburgers. So I had a cheeseburger, and we had some calamari, which we haven't had in months. It was delicious. But today I'm trying to get back on track, so I have my skinny peppermint mocha since I couldn't have any coffee this morning because we didn't have any creamer. I have no idea what I'm having for lunch. Austin's sister may or may not be coming down here for dinner tonight. Not entirely sure, but we will see. Hey guys, so quick voiceover for you here. I wanted to explain this fenced off area is actually a new portion of my school. They are currently under construction building a new nursing school. We are merging with another university, so the combined universities are going to have their health sciences all at this campus. And anyway, I figured I would show you that little portion, but they are building back there, and it is behind all of our behind my current nursing building, but they're supposed to be building a miniature hospital which should have a medication room among other things, and it'll host the nursing, the respiratory therapy, and the physical therapy. It's pretty exciting that it's going to be brand new. It's supposed to have some very good simulation mannequins and things like that. So that'll be really interesting to see. I've almost thought about becoming a clinical instructor just so that I can go back and see the new building. But that's why I had to walk around this kind of weird way to get to my building today. So I got my letter of recommendation from my professor, picked it up at the office. I had to wait a little bit because the girl who had it, was down the hall talking with somebody, and nobody else in the office, I guess, knew where she had put it or something. So I had to wait on her a little bit. Now I'm on the way home. Well, I'm on the way to the grocery store to go pick up some milk and creamer and dinner. I'm glad I did this all in one trip because I don't think I'd have the energy to come back out again later today. The big fenced off area that I was walking around, usually we used to be able to walk through there to get to the nursing building, but they are actually, my school is in the process of being combined with another university, and it's going to be a giant fake hospital from what I hear. This could all be rumor. I think we have 12 right now. So we have about 12 simulation dummies right now. They are interchangeable to be boys and girls. But, like, I don't know that the chest piece is interchangeable, but they do everything like blink, and they can cry, and we can puncture them, but they try to limit that because of how damaging it is to the dummies. So we have separate arms that we can do IVs on. They can make noises, they can say yes or no. They have full heart sounds and breath sounds. They also have pulses. They are like pretty cool. They're a little bit creepy, but you know, that's what you get when you have a robot that's acting like a human. So I just turned on my radio and I found this new station. I thought, oh, this is cool. It's like a new, it was playing like a modern song. So I was like, oh, this is just another pop station. Cool. Let me stop here since none of my regular channels are playing anything and listen to what is playing. I literally have been rickrolled by the radio. This is Piper from the future. Being rickrolled is when basically out of nowhere it used to be you open an email or you click a link or you get tagged in a post or something and it surprises you, and basically it's that song coming on and it plays, and that's called being rickrolled. So I actually like the song. I never really, like, before the whole rickrolled thing, I'd never heard the song before, and now that it's like a thing that people do to annoy each other, I like this song. I've never gotten to hear it the whole way through, so this is really interesting for me. Jam out. This is the weirdest radio station. Like, now they're playing a very modern song. It's like they just put the Rick Rollin song in there just so everybody wouldn't be laughing. This is the weirdest station I've ever come across, and I'm secretly loving it. Like, I want to keep listening just to see what happens. But I'm literally cracking up just because they played like a modern song, got me hooked, and then played the Rickrolled song, and now they're playing another modern song, and I'm like, I'm so confused as to what type of station this is, and I want to keep listening. Back home now. My room is somehow a mess again. That's a different story. Anyway, I went to school, picked up my letter of recommendation there, and then I went to the grocery store, and then I went to my job at the pharmacy and picked up a letter of recommendation there as well. And I read like all the letters that have been given to me, and I had one of the pharmacists write a letter of recommendation for me. Not the pharmacy manager, but the other pharmacist wrote the letter for me because this particular hospital seems to want more recommendations from people that aren't your supervisors. So I listed the pharmacy manager as my supervisor, and then the other pharmacist is technically still my boss, but she wasn't the one that hired me. So I got her to write me a letter of recommendation too, and I read it, and I like started tearing up in the parking lot while I was reading it, because it was just made me realize how soon I will be leaving them, and I've been there for 3 years and it makes me sad, but gotta move on at some point. And she wrote an amazing letter, so I'm excited to give it to someone, to have someone read it so they can see that I feel like I bring a lot of positivity to a team, and that's exactly what she put in that letter. So hopefully it comes through, and I'm ready, I guess, for my interviews tomorrow. So today is going to be spent doing more homework. I need to eat some lunch and do some homework, so let's get started on that. So it's about 7:30 right now. We just got back from dinner at the Mexican restaurant again because Austin's sister came down and that's her favorite place to go, so we went there. I need to get my paperwork together for my interviews tomorrow. I have 2 20-minute time slots in the morning, so I'm going to start working on that, and that's pretty much it for tonight. So I will see you in the morning.
Good morning yet again. It's Thursday now. Thursday. Don't mind if you hear my navigation going off, because I am currently on my way to more interviews. So I'm on my way to interviews right now for a different hospital, for Med-Surg unit and the Children's Hospital. They gave me 20-minute time slots and it's at a hotel, so I'm leaving now. They said to arrive about 10-15 minutes early. I should be there more than 20 minutes early. I bought a frozen lasagna for tonight, and we have carrots and other vegetables at the house. So I just finished my interviews. It actually was more personal than I was expecting it to be. They had like a separate room for Med-Surg, and then the women's services and the children's hospital shared a room for interviews. And they had a desk for each of the areas, and then they sat down, and you sat down on the other side of the desk. They told me that I should receive an email either by the end of the day today or by the very latest on Monday to tell me if I got anything. So that'll be interesting. Alright, good morning. It's Friday. It is Friday, which for most people would be a good thing, except the weekend is when I work. So yesterday I tried to get more remediation done and pretty much hung out at the house all day doing homework. I am going to work at the hospital as a PCT, which I only do about once a month, if that. I am actually running late right now. We're supposed to be there 7 minutes before to 7 minutes after 6:45. And it takes me about 20 minutes to get there. I just left. And I left at 6:36, so I might be a tad late. But in all seriousness, everybody's late, or at least everybody's late to come relieve me when I'm working there, so I don't even feel bad. Just because I know people are late all the freaking time. I'm generally early. And I mean, it takes me no time. I literally go down to the office, pick up my assignment, walk to the floor, and relieve whoever's there almost always before 7. There was one time that I was there like right at 7. But pretty much almost always I'm relieving someone before 7. Now for me, I generally work 7 to 3. I like that shift because I'm in the float pool, so I could wind up on a really crappy floor, I could wind up on a really great floor, I could wind up sitting, I could wind up in an ICU, in the ED, pretty much anywhere. And I like that if I only work until 3, I'm not trapped on that floor for the full 12 hours. I'm only there for 8 hours. But somehow, every time I work until 3, I don't get relieved until like 3:30. Which is a bit ridiculous in my opinion. But it's like the people, I guess, they either come in late or they come in on time and then dilly-dally for like 15 to 30 minutes. The only times that I've ever been relieved on time has been when it's another student. And I think one other time. Enough of my complaints. I'm on my way to the hospital. Oh, and my interviews yesterday. I had 2 interviews, one with med-surg and one with pediatrics. I didn't get any reply from pediatrics, so I'm assuming they aren't offering me any positions. I ended up getting offers from 4 of the floors: oncology, nephrology, orthopedic trauma, and neurology. If I had to pick one of them, I would either take oncology or orthopedic trauma. Orthopedic trauma might be really gory, but it would be really interesting. But oncology, the patients are so sweet.
So I'm at work right now, trying to eat my lunch really fast. I had to go do a drug test about 5 minutes ago. Pee in a cup, that was real fun, real fun. But I'm having carrots right now, and a ham sandwich. And I'm in day surgery today, which is really interesting. I like it a lot, more than the regular floors, at least as a PCT. Anyway, I'm gonna finish shoving my lunch down my face, and I will see you after work in 2 more hours.
All right, I'm done at the hospital. So I got to work in day surgery today. They just kind of needed someone to fill in because they had a PCT who was going to show up late today. So I kind of helped out for the whole morning until she got there, and then we just I tried to help people out where I could. They're in day surgery at the beginning. After they're in day surgery at the beginning, then they go to their surgery. They have their surgery, and then they go to PACU, the post-anesthesia care unit, to wake them up from their anesthesia and ensure that there's no complications and things like that. So after a while in the PACU, then they come back to day surgery, and at that point they're pretty well awake. So all the nurse really has to do is we have to take 2 more sets of vitals every 30 minutes, which is what I did. So I did the vitals before the surgery and then 2 30-minute sets of vitals. One as soon as they get back, and then another one 30 minutes later, just to make sure that they are still good to go. Extra check, because the PACU does continuous monitoring, and they do a more intense keeping an eye on them than we do in day surgery. After the second set of vitals, then the nurse begins doing things like taking out their IV, taking off their pulse ox, and then they can get dressed back into their normal clothes and get ready to go home, gather all their stuff up. Their family members come back in and help them gather up and get ready to leave. And then once the nurse goes through the discharge instructions, generally she will call me and have me wheel them out in a wheelchair. So they'll get wheeled out to the curb, and then their family will come pick them up in a car. And after they're out of the room, then the room has to be cleaned like pretty quickly for the next patient. So you take all of the linens, put them in a linen bag, dirty linen bag, and then you pretty much wipe everything down with bleach wipes. And then the beds go out into the hallway so that when they come back, the hall that I was on was taking post-op as well, but there's another hall that only takes pre-op. We would take the beds out so that the post-op people, when they came from PACU, would come on their stretcher already. We had some very interesting patients, some little kids. There was a very cute little boy who was dressed very stylishly, and he let me take his vitals with no issue. It was kind of interesting tip for you if you work with kids, or if you've never done clinicals with kids before. There's certain things that you can say that'll make them feel more excited about doing vitals rather than scared. For example, when I put the blood pressure cuff around his arm, I said, we're going to test to see how strong your muscles are. Because kids get excited about that. You know, it's competitive. It's not scary. It's not like, oh, it's going to squeeze my arm off. It's it's squeezing to feel my muscles. So he really liked that. And between that and then I had to scan his wristband. And I told him, his mom said something like, I told you that wristband was special. And I said, yeah, it's a magic wristband. And he was just kind of shy at that point. But little things like that make kids more excited than it does make them scared. So if you can come up with things like that, even if you say it to every kid that you see, chances are you're not going to see the same kids more than once. At least not during clinicals, probably. So if you are uncomfortable with kids, that's a good starting point, is to come up with phrases like that to make a kid excited rather than scared. Like when you put the little pull socks on them with little girls, they'll say, we're going to test to see how high a percentage of princess you are. And so then when it shoots up to like 90 or 100, like 99, 100, then they're like, oh my gosh, you're 100% princess. See, and that will get a kid excited. They'll be more interested in what you're talking about than what you're doing to them. But it was really interesting today, like all the nurses, on my name tag, it says student PCT. So they have student PCTs, and then they have PCPs, patient care partners. I'm a patient care technician. They have patient care partners. Those are the people that are like CNAs. Like they are not in school. A PCT student is in school right now. I'm a PCT student. It says it on my name tag. So the nurses would ask me, are you in nursing school? And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd say, oh, good for you. And then I'd say something along the lines of, yeah, I'm graduating in December. And they'd go, wow, that's right around the corner. And I was like, yeah, it really is. It really is. And it's surreal. Crazy. I actually signed up for the training that I'm supposed to do at the hospital for tomorrow after I get off work at the pharmacy. I work 9 to 4 at the pharmacy tomorrow. As soon as I get off, I will head straight to the hospital because my meeting, it says to show up anytime between 4 and 5. I will be leaving straight from the pharmacy, going to the hospital to do this quick little meeting thing. It's Saturday and I'm on my way to work at the pharmacy again. After 4, I have to go straight to the hospital. I had to bring paperwork like my birth certificate and my ID and my employee ID. Real fun stuff. Real fun, let me tell you. And I had to fill out another tax form.
I got home from the hospital and I was okay for like 3 hours. And then my stomach just started killing me. Like it was like sharp pains, and then it'd be like, felt like it was on fire. And then it'd be more sharp pains, aching pains. And I was like, ugh, I did not feel good at all. And I just woke up at 8 and I feel a lot better. Like a lot better. I guess I'll see you after work around 4 o'clock. So it's 10 after 4 right now. I just got off work at the pharmacy. It was kind of busy today, but it wasn't horrendous. I didn't feel like I was drowning. I actually had a moment to breathe. My boss actually ordered pizza for us, which was super nice. And it was so good. And now I am on my way to the hospital to turn in my paperwork and attend my short little meeting. So I just left the hospital, went there for my little meeting, which is kind of like a mini orientation basically. So I had to do yet another drug test, which I just did one yesterday. So I did another one today, and then I had to fill out another background check. I'm going home now, and I will talk to you guys later. Alright, so it's Sunday again. You know what that means if you've been with me for the past 2 vlogs. This is the end of this week's vlog. I am yet again on my way to work at the pharmacy. I went to my meeting yesterday and it went pretty well and got that part checked off, so I should be good to go pretty much at my other job at the hospital. And this morning we actually went out to breakfast. We went out to breakfast and it was yummy. I had like 2 or I think I had 3 cups of coffee. So I'm feeling pretty perky right now. We'll see how it goes. For now, this is goodbye. So I will see you tomorrow. We'll start this up again tomorrow for week 4 of the vlogs. But this is the end of the vlog, so I will start this up again tomorrow for week 4 of the vlogs. If you didn't see my last vlog, I'll leave a card right here so you can watch it, and that's about it. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.